Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream. As you enter the chat, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way in. Top of the morning, grand rising, grand rising. We got a pertinent subject matter for today. And I already know, off the break, I'm going to ruffle a lot of feathers in this video. I'm going to piss a lot of people off. And I'm going to love it. I'm going to absolutely enjoy every minute of this broadcast. Yeah. See, ladies and gentlemen, you have some people who are staunch pro-life advocates and some people who want to hold on to the Western death culture. And Nick Cannon, he's out here soiling his royal oats. He's out here living fruitful and multiplying. He's out here practicing polygyny. And guess who's mad? Guess who's mad? The whole world is upset. The whole world is afraid of true black masculinity. And notice I use that terminology loosely when I say black, because black is just a color. You know, you can have a black crayon, a black magic marker. We're actually the children of Israel that the Bible speaks of, which Nick Cannon happened to acknowledge that as well. Shout out to Nick Cannon. Some people call us African Americans. That's two continents. We're the children of Israel. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to discuss Nick Cannon's recent public backlash. And I want to acknowledge some of his critics as well. Some of his critics, they got to be broke down and deciphered. I'm also going to go into some scriptures because this has to be a teaching moment for a lot of people watching out there. Recently, I've been speaking on polygyny. That's when a man has more than one wife. All right. And that's outside the confines of a marriage certificate, that's issued by the government or the state, which really shouldn't have any respect on it anyway, because you can go to Las Vegas and marry a complete stranger if you would like. So really, when it comes to a marriage certificate, I wipe my ass with a marriage certificate. Just to be honest with you, it has no validity in God's eyes. But what real marriage is, what the real covenant is that bind between man and woman, when man and woman come together and they consummate and they deal with each other on an intimate level, and they become under a union, a covenant under the Most High God, and they become one flesh. That is marriage. And the Most High God says, what I bring together, let no man separate. And it's interesting because a lot of people practice whoredom out here in the world. They go out there and they sleep with whoever. They go through all kind of stages in life where they could just practice all kind of sexcapades and lasciviousness and wickedness and delve into all kind of things in their youth. And they believe that, since they haven't signed on the dotted line and walked down the aisle, they believe that that's okay. They believe there's nothing wrong with that. They believe that they're not being held accountable in God's eyes for rendering their bodies and creating all these soul ties. But when it comes to the bound of marriage, when it comes to that bound from the Most High, listen, you don't need no papers, right? In slavery, they jumped over a broom. Now, man, we got to talk about Nick Cannon. So for those who don't know, Nick Cannon Nick Cannon has now 7 children. He has had 4 children in the last year, right? And I believe these 4 children were brought forth by 2 different women this year. I think he had a set of twins with one, and okay, it's 3 women. Pardon me. He had a set of twins with one, and then he had 2 others that he impregnated. And the brother's clearly blessed. And you're going to have a lot of detractors. You're going to have a lot of people who are criticizing. You're going to have a lot of people who pissed off. You're going to have a lot of people who are upset in their feelings, right? Because a lot of people are anti-life. Somebody said he's a sinner. You're a sinner as well. But him having multiple wives or women and having children and living fruitful and multiplying, there's no sin in that. And we're going to prove that using the Bible. Oh yeah, today we're going to be using the scriptures. So mind your tongue, all right? And listen. I need some active listening skills here. So I'm going to play Nick Cannon. This source that I'm going to is actually, what is this? Access. I'm going to Access. And I'm just going to play just a brief clip, a couple of minutes from Access. Hopefully y'all can hear this.
I'm having these kids on purpose.
I'm having these kids on purpose. I'm having these kids on purpose, is what Nick Cannon said to the public. You know, it seems that when a quote unquote black man is living fruitful and multiplying, people want to believe that, you know, somehow he's bringing forth bastard children. And it's an accident. Because in this society, the way men have been denigrated and relegated to this emasculated posture, you got men afraid to create. You got men afraid to make children. Now men be ducking. Oh man, is she pregnant? Oh, afraid of responsibility. Afraid of bringing forth a legacy. Afraid of putting in that work to raise children. Afraid. So nowadays, you know, you got a bunch of cowardly ass men who don't want to make life. And I'm not saying that every man who doesn't have children is a coward. I need y'all to practice active listening here. But what I am saying is these men who want to have sex out here in these streets, they want to utilize a woman's body in every which way with no problem. But they don't want a baby out of it. They don't want the consequences that come with sex. They don't want to reward her with the, I would say, with the crown, award her with the crown of motherhood, right? They want to use her body, but they don't want to impregnate her. They don't want to give her a baby. I'm going to continue. He said, look, I'm making these babies on purpose. So why is the media coming up against me? And I'm out here, you know, I'm a millionaire. I'm making sure that my children are taken care of. I'm bringing forth life in a culture where it's all about death. In a culture where every time you turn on the news, they're talking about, you know, this amount of people perished, this amount of people perished due to this and due to that. When every time you turn on the TV, it's pushing death, right? So now you got people mad at Nick Cannon. Let's continue.
Nick Cannon is setting the record straight about his large brood. The Masked Singer host
says setting the record straight about his large brood. It's a very interesting word that they use there, brood. And you know, we are the brews. The Hebrews, that is. So, hey. It is what it is. Let's continue.
Who is dad to 6 children and seemingly welcomed his 7th last month, spoke out about his fatherhood journey on his Power 106 radio show this week. During an interview with the rap duo City Girls, Nick invited them to give him advice about his personal life. And he went on to joke about how many women are mothers to his kids.
I'm like a seahorse out here.
He said, I'm like a seahorse out here. My man, that's how you do it. I'm the same way. Once I shoot, I won't miss. Oh man.
That's just the way I'm procreating.
They say I'm like a seahorse out here the way I'm procreating. I'm gonna tell you, that is a big ass slap in the face to all his detractors, to all those individuals who made him apologize to the media for coming out with the truth, stating who we are. You know, once he had Professor Griff on his platform, Cannon's class, and he came out and he had, you know, he stated that we were the children of Israel. And he lost all those sponsorships and everything. He said, look, you know what? If I can't bring forth truth in this manner and still make sure that my family is taken care of, hey, I'm gonna get them a whole nother way. One thing they can't take is what I've worked for. They making closed doors of opportunity, but they can't take what I worked for. Right? So I might as well go ahead and do as the Most High God commanded us to do and replenish the earth, because the earth needs replenishing. After the campaign that they ran against our people, the earth needs replenishing. Right?
JT then teased Nick, suggesting he should use protection. But Nick went on to insist that
Nick said he needs to use protection. Population control. Population control is what they recommend. They recommend you throwing something over your phallus that got all kind of spermicides. They recommend you throw something over your phallus where you can't even pair bond and connect with that woman. It's all to keep us separate. So, hey, it is what it is.
all of his kids were planned, saying, I'm having these kids on purpose. I don't have no accident. He also suggested that he's choosy about who he welcomes children with.
Trust me, there's a lot of people I could have got pregnant that I didn't.
Okay, but you said have fun, continue to have fun.
The ones that was supposed to get pregnant.
Cannon's comments come.
Hey, y'all can learn from that. Be careful who you get pregnant of. Let me tell you right now, what he just said is real deal right there. Hey, listen, he's very meticulous with how he chooses his women, and that's how you gotta be as men. Listen, brothers, y'all gotta understand that these sisters out here, they outnumber us damn near 20-1. So you ain't got to be in a rush. You ain't got to just deal with any woman to bring forth your seed, because what you'll do then is create a world full of pain for yourself. You'll create a world full of anguish for yourself. You'll have to deal with a lot of nonsense. And you don't want to do that. You want women in your life who are virtuous women, Proverbs 31 women, women who want to tend their households, women who respect you as a man, women who are honored to carry your seed. See, you want a woman who's honored to carry your seed, all right? Who would want nothing more but to have your baby, right? And raise them right. And be with you. And make sure you're dealing with women who have motherly qualities. Every woman don't have motherly qualities, brothers. You got to be looking at certain women, right? So look, Nick Cannon just told y'all the game. You got to be, only thing you got to do is be careful who you're dealing with here. Remember, the Bible tells us what's awarded for a wicked man is a wicked woman. So if you attracting wicked ass women, you need to check yourself, brothers. Yeah. But when you on your post and you honoring God's laws and you got certain morals and guidelines that you live by, you really ain't got nothing to worry about.
2 weeks after his rumored girlfriend, Alyssa Scott, gave birth to a baby boy named Zen, who would be the Wild and Out star's 7th little one. Alyssa broke the news this past weekend, sharing photos of her and the newborn and captioning them, "I will love you for eternity." Nick has yet to publicly confirm his paternity, and Access Hollywood previously reached out for comment. On Father's Day, Alyssa appeared to honor him with a photo of herself showing off her baby bump, as a man who looks like Nick held her growing belly. Rumors that the two were expecting a child together sparked back in May, after Alyssa shared since-deleted maternity pics and revealed that her then-unborn son's name is Zen S. Cannon. This would be Nick's 4th baby in less than a year. Nick welcomed twin sons Zion and Zillion with
4 babies in less than a year. On one of my previous streams, I had a sister call in, and she seemed to be very delighted in the fact that she brought forth 4 children, although she was having paternity issues. And I applaud that sister. The sister that called in and said, hey, it's amazing what one woman can do. She said, hey, I brought forth 4 children. And I applaud that. But here it is, when you're practicing polygyny, right? This brother, Nick Cannon, he brought forth 4 children in 1 year. In 1 year. So when we talk about polygyny and growth and development and creating life, we're talking about this on a whole nother level. 4 children can be made in 1 year. So understand how fruitful our people were. In this modern culture, we believe that 4 children is a lot of children, right? 4 children is not a lot of children. Listen, even a few generations ago, your grandmas and them, they was having 12 children. They was having 10 children. You got brothers in the Bible who were practicing polygyny that was bringing forth 30, 40, 50 children. So the level of growth and development that I speak on is not really in the parameters of certain people's thought processes. Somebody said their grandma had 10 kids. Yeah, real talk. Now that's living fruitful. Let's continue.
DJ Abby De La Rosa last month. Abby announced the happy news by posting an Instagram video of herself cradling the cuties. Nick is also dad to 6-month-old daughter Powerful and 4-year-old son Golden, both of whom he welcomed with model Brittany Bell. And he shares another set of twins, 10-year-olds Moroccan and Moreau, with ex-wife Mariah Carey.
Nick Cannon is doing his thing, right? Nick Cannon is doing his thing, man. And you're living in a culture where people are frowning upon that. You got a lot of people attacking Nick Cannon, talking about, he's being irresponsible. How? So I guess you're saying that the women that he's dealing with is being irresponsible as well. I guess the women that he's dealing with, they don't understand what they got going on. Right? See, here's the issue. The Most High God told us to live fruitful and multiply. And now people have an issue with that. This world is in reverse, ladies and gentlemen. Can't you see it? Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Yeah. A lot of people are mad that Nick Cannon out here living fruitful and he multiplying. That's because you're not used to black masculinity. That's because you're not used to people operating outside the confines of this Western world and their religious system that they set up to make you men out here, quote unquote, monogamous. A real man of stature who have resources and wealth is no way he's going to be dealing with one woman. You have got to be absolutely out of your mind, especially if that brother is in the truth. Especially if that brother know who he is. No way. There's no way. I watch so many fallen stars. I watch so many brothers of renown and prestige, like Kobe Bryant, passes away. Not even leaving behind any boys to take on his bloodline, to carry on his legacy, to continue the dynasty. Why? Because he relegated himself to one woman. Millionaires. You got your Will Smiths. There's a whole list of millionaire men who could be bringing forth dynasty, who could bringing forth generational wealth through their seeds. Enough to take over everything. We taking over. We taking over. We taking over. I'm talking about they can have enough children because they have the resources. They can have enough children to rule everything, to take over everything. No longer relying on big business. No longer relying on big warehouses and big corporations, but actually having family business. Ain't no business like family business. See, Nick Cannon is thinking in the long run. Nick Cannon is not thinking about all of these people out here who mad. Oh, they mad. He thinking about when he is dead and gone, whenever that may be, that he have left behind a mark on this earth. Now, I'm going to get y'all with these scriptures. Exodus 21:10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not be diminished. If he taketh another wife, 1 + 1 = 2. I got to get real Sesame Street on y'all. If he taketh another wife, Man, I want to make this so simple. I want to make this so simple for y'all, right? How can I do this? How can I make this simple for y'all? Because I think it's a lot of stupid ass people who watch this channel sometimes. All right, let's see. I'll make this simple for y'all. Because I don't think people are listening, right? All right, look, make this simple for y'all. All right, right here, right? I have one bullet. All right, see that? I have one bullet. See this? Focus. I want y'all to focus. That's one bullet, right? If I take on another bullet, right? If I take on another bullet, right? Look, how many bullets am I holding? How many bullets is that? No, I really want people to say how many bullets this is. If he taketh on another, thank you. Dos, uno, dos. If he taketh him on another wife, that'll make what? 2. I'm just saying, if he taketh him another wife, her raiment, her duty, her food shall no wise be diminished. Now, I put that out there because Nick Cannon is a man of wealth. He's not out here being irresponsible. I'm sure, I can assure you, without a shadow of a doubt, that his wives are taken care of, that his children are taken care of, right? Now, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. I mean, I get it. I see the chats. It's beautiful, because we got to get people who lack thinking and critical thinking skills. We got to get them up off here. We got to get them up off the channel. They can't use their minds. All right. Now, let's continue here. Now, we're going to 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 20. And it reads, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of private interpretation. For the prophecy comes not in the old time, but by the will of man. But holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost. So here's what you have in this system. You have a system where people take everything as private interpretation. You cannot just change the word of God to fit your narrative. And every time I speak on polygyny, that's what happens. You have people who are in their own feelings who would take a scripture that don't even have anything to do with condemning polygyny, And they would mold it and they would shift it to fit their narrative. No scripture is for private interpretation. None of it. I mean, it's very simple. Some things are right outright in your face. Let's see. Okay, I see Black Male TV in the house. Salute. Shalom, family. Glad you're catching another stream. Says anti-polygyny folks talk the most ish in the chat, yet these people have no long-term marriage. Most of the women here who hate polygyny done slept with 20 to 50 men and have 2 or 3 kids by multiple men. Absolutely. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. It's like you will condemn polygyny, but you don't condemn whoredom. You don't condemn confusion. You don't condemn broken households. Y'all got some real selective outrage out here. The outrage is so selective. It's like, I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding why people can't see what times we in right now, that we must preserve ourselves. We must start to think outside of what they have taught us in this world, because everything they showed us was a lie. And you can look at it by just going into our communities and looking at the damn dysfunction. Looking at the broken homes. It's bad out here, man. It's bad. Now, I'm going to Romans chapter 1, verse 28, and it reads, "And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do things which are not convenient." They did not retain the Most High in their mind. So now everything they do is inconvenient. Listen, it's inconvenient for you ladies out there to be in competition with other women when you could be working together to build this nation. It's inconvenient for a man to battle with himself and his masculinity, knowing that deep down in him, he wants to be a creator. It's inconvenient because you have not accepted the word of God. You are still your own God, so to speak. You haven't got your ego out the way. Since your ego is still running your life, since you haven't humbled yourself, your ego is still driving you, right? You are doing things that are inconvenient. It's not convenient for you to be a woman with your man running around here combing the streets at night and creeping, because he really desires to have another wife and y'all haven't had any open communication. It's inconvenient to continue living in lies and secrecy. It's inconvenient to continue to deceive each other. It says, because they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do things which are not convenient. You know what's convenient? Instead of paying for daycare and having people watch your children who could be psychopaths and child molesters, people who could be beating and kicking and pushing your kids around, right? What would be more convenient is have that other woman that your man probably is secretly dealing with go ahead and y'all work together and y'all say, you know what? We need to stop the shenanigans. And we need to work together as people, because you know what? As people in general, we last of a dying breed. We beginning to look like endangered species out here. That's convenience. That's logic. But, you know, too many emotions, too many feelings in the way, right? Let's continue. I told you I'm going to hit y'all with some scriptures today. And hit the thumbs up if you're gaining some edification, right? Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And it reads, "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. There if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch so that if it was possible, they would deceive the elect." Now, in verse 22, It says, if these days were not shortened, no flesh would survive. That shows you that there's population control going on. And the way the world is going, if the Most High God didn't send his son back to finish this world, finish it, nobody would make it through, because they're going to end up reprobating everybody to the point where life would cease to exist. They're trying to turn this place into Sodom and damn Gomorrah. There was a San Francisco choir that was singing about converting your children, blatantly telling you in a song how they subtly are converting the children. Now, if everybody chose to follow that particular lifestyle, that means life would cease to exist. And it just so happens that the numbers of people who are participating in that lifestyle are growing every day. And common sense tell you that two men together can't make a baby, and two women together can't make a baby. And that's just, a scientific fact, right? So if you convert everybody, if you want to convert the next generation to come, that means you're trying to subvert life. So you're going to have men who are heterosexual men who are going to attract women, and they're going to be dealing with women. It's really needed. It's really needed. Now, let me sip my champagne. Some good stuff. Somebody said you are pushing swirlers pathology. That's amazing that this individual don't even know what a swirler is. A swirler is actually, you know what? Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. I'm going to ignore that because, I know common sense is lacking. I get it. Somebody said read Luke 16 and 18. Post the scripture for me. I got more scriptures to go to. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Yeah. Oh, that day is coming. It's coming rapidly. And it's prophetic, so it's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, when you think about it, a lot of brothers already been practicing polygyny. A lot of brothers got quote unquote baby mamas, right? And they still dealing with their baby mamas, and they baby mamas still dealing with them. But the issue is these baby mamas don't want to accept polygyny because they still want to run the streets and get some D on the side. So they want to be outside the covenant and the covering of that man so they can run wild on these streets. But really, if these baby mamas say, you know what, I'm a quote unquote baby mama, but I'm going to stay dealing with that man because I have children by that particular man. And, I already brung forth life. What's the point of moving to other guys? Instead of doing that, they want to say, hey, I'm not with that because that person got a girl. That person got this. That person got that. When you already practiced it. It's crazy. It's crazy, the lunacy. People will condemn Nick Cannon, right, for doing what it is he's doing and carrying things properly, doing things as a man, right, taking care of his offspring, bringing forth life, and having all these women in agreement. But on the other hand, it's okay for y'all to get out here and fuck whoever you want to fuck, right? Because let's not act like y'all not out here smashing. Let's not act like you ain't out here giving your bodies away. But I guess as long as your signature, your John Hancock ain't on no marriage, ain't on no marriage papers, I guess it's all good, right? I guess it's all good. So it's okay. So the one night stands, that's okay. You know, this is what I'm talking about when I say selective outrage. Only in America. Only in America will you have this selective outrage. You got two men walking down the aisles and saying wedding vows. Two women walk down the aisles and say wedding vows. They even went as far as to having a television show with a Caucasian man called Sister Wives on TV. No problems, no pushback from our community. And I'm gonna tell you, this is how you know white supremacy. It still has existence in this world, because you had no pushback from our community when they had that TV show Sister Wives with a Caucasian man, right? But on the other hand, when you see black masculinity, it has to be ungodly. It has to be wicked. It has to be wrong. He has to be irresponsible. He has to be a baby daddy and not a husband. Right? Some Ringo said these females think they single when they have multiple dudes in and out their body. The hypocrisy is crazy. They hate seeing a man be fruitful. Facts, though. That's a fact. I mean, it's total hypocrisy. And let's go to these scriptures, man. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, now we know it's talking about in modern society, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Now, you know it's talking about modern society, because now, you know, these sisters have the ability to work. They have the ability to make $1. They have the ability to get out here and make ends meet and do their thing. A lot of these sisters getting these good, high-paying jobs. And it says, look, let us be called by that man's name to take away our reproach. Now, I'm all about being the breadwinner. Let's make this clear. I'm all about being the breadwinner. But I do believe personally that it has to be done as a team. I think your wives should be contributing in some way, whether it be financially or it be tending to a household, you know, caring for children, things of that nature. I believe it should be done. I believe it should just be an effort. It should be a team, you know, because you got a lot of people who would see this and say, well, you know, you brothers out here, y'all not Nick Cannon. Y'all ain't rich. Y'all wasn't no wilding out. Well, you know, the purpose of a woman is to be a man's help. You know, a purpose of a woman is to be his helpmeet, right? Ain't that what the Bible tell you? So when a man is righteous and he's on the right direction and he loves the Most High and he's following the Most High in sincerity, in truth, that woman, whatever woman he add to his life, should be helping him build the kingdom. Whatever she can add to his life, you know? And, you know, you have some women out here who enjoy, you know, having a part-time job or whatnot. They don't function well in households. You know, you have some women like that. And, you know, but they still need a covering as well, right? So the purpose of a woman is to help. You can't expect to meet a man who have it all together and just give you the world if you ain't contribute to help him get there, right? Somebody said Nick Cannon ain't what you describing right now. How isn't he what I'm describing right now? What are you talking about? Nick Cannon is rich. He's taking care of his responsibilities. What issue do you have? I'm not getting it. There's another source I want to go to. And it's a content creator, and I want to challenge all the talking points of this content creator. And it's a man. I can't believe a man is talking like this. Because listen, I want y'all to hear it from another man's perspective. And it's another content creator speaking on this. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing coming from a man. And I want to show you the mind frame of these modern men these days and why are we in such trouble. Why every time a man is being forthcoming and masculine, the world is calling it toxic. You can't be a man these days. You can't put no bass in your voice. You can't raise your voice. You can't speak your mind. You can't show any authenticity. You can't, if you show any level of aggression, you're toxic. And now you living in a society where a lot of young men are growing up socially awkward because they're in front of these laptops and computers all day. And you got all these anti-bullying campaigns. And, you know, now people don't even get their ass whipped no more. You know, when I was growing up, you had to get your ass whipped. And it wasn't called bullying. You was just being toughened up. You was becoming a man. Right? So now you got everybody, all of these brothers with this feminine energy. It's feminine. And I want to bring out what this brother is saying in this video, right? I got to break this down, y'all. Hit the thumbs up in the video. And if you dislike what's being said in the video, damn it, hit it with a thumbs down. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you respond. Because I would like to see how many people can see and how many people can't, right? So go ahead and put yourself out there, right? I'm going to go to this source. I'm playing the audio. The content creator is called Basic Social Politics. And the brother is Basic. Basic Social Politics, fair use. I'm reacting to his audio. I want to talk about some of the talking points that he made against Nick Cannon. And I'm gonna chime in what he's saying, right?
Cannon, he's having many kids on purpose. He's doing it on purpose. Now, I know that he's had issues with his health.
You see that? He said, Nick Cannon, he having many kids on purpose. And then he jumps over to saying, I know he's having many problems with his health. So what he just did was speculate. What you're hearing right now was speculation. What does Nick Cannon's health have to do with anything? How does he know he's having a lot of problems with his health? Nick Cannon, from my understanding, struggled with certain things for a long time, but the Most High God has kept him. So what you have here is speculation off the break.
But is this really the way to go, bro? Because let's say you have issues.
Why is another man worried about another man making babies out here in these streets? Why? Is this really the way to go, bro? Are you really bringing all these babies into the world? Are you really making life? Why are you worried about where his phallus is going? What wombs he's inseminating? Why? Why is a man would you worry about another man creating life? Why would you be against a man planting seeds? I don't understand it. Can somebody tell me what's wrong with these men these days? Back in my man, I hate to keep sounding like a old OG. I ain't that old. But I'm just saying, damn, times didn't change, and they didn't change rapidly. Because I remember when there was a time where, man, when you was hitting 5 for 5 from the free throw, brothers was like, my man. When you was hitting 5 for 5 from the free throw line, brothers was like, my man, you got that. Oh man, you put 4 in that one, you put 2 in that one, it was like a badge of honor. It was a badge of honor, even to the point where you had young brothers, 15, yeah, man, I got a baby on the way, for real, word, dang. You know, it was a badge of honor at one point. Not saying go out here and be irresponsible. Not saying that. You better choose wisely with these women or you will have a world of hurt. Don't get it twisted. But men these days are just like, really, bro? You really busting those nuts in these women? Sounds like jealousy.
With their health, right? where you can't really do much, right? And
Speculation. Talking about Nick Cannon's health, talking about, you bringing these children forth and you may not be able to do much. Look like he doing a whole damn lot right now. It takes some good health to go around and make 4 babies in a year. It takes damn good health to make 4 babies in a year. Seriously.
And let's say that you leave behind a legacy, of children. Like, those children are going to have to.
He said, let's say you leave behind a legacy of children. Yeah. That's the purpose. To leave behind a legacy of children, right? Ain't that the purpose?
Fight over your name. They're going to fight over what you've left them. Is that the type of environment you want?
All speculation. When you leave, they're going to fight over your name, fight over your leg. What is he talking about? Like, you could tell that these dudes don't do no research. And these are the type of videos that get all these damn views because it basically is geared towards stupid people, dumb people. So you don't think for a second that every woman that Nick Cannon is dealing with, they don't have some type of written agreement with how things are going to go? You don't think that they don't have something in paper with how things are going to go? You don't have no idea how this man is maneuvering. Only thing you're doing is speculating. But this is okay. This should be considered slander. But hey, it's speculation.
But let's get into it. According to page 6, Nick Cannon has one word, acronym, for why he had 4 kids with 3 different women in less than a year. YOLO. Oh my God. What's up with these modern males, man?
He said, what's up with these modern males, man? You are a modern male. You are, literally, this guy talking is a modern male. He's literally putting things in reverse. Because our men in the past, we created life. Our men in the past, we had multiple wives. Our men in the past were warriors, were gladiators. It was all about family. It was all about dynasty. It was all about our legacy. Men would die for their honor. They would die for their family. They would die for their people. They would die for their name. I'm telling you, these people crazy, bro.
The Masked Singer host, who's 40, claimed on his Power 106 radio show on Wednesday, "I'm having these kids on purpose. I didn't have no accident." Cannon welcomed a baby with Wild 'N Out model Alyssa Scott in June, just weeks after he had twins with another woman named Abby De La Rosa. And last December, Cannon and model Brittany Bell welcomed daughter Powerful Queen. The pair are also the parents of 4-year-old son Golden. Cannon's first venture into parenthood was with ex-wife Mariah Carey, with whom he shares 10-year-old twins Moroccan and Monroe. City Girls rapper JT playfully teased Cannon on Wednesday when he asked the hip-hop duo for advice on his radio show, hinting that he would use a condom when he had relations. "Wrap it up," JT told the media exec, who then joked back, "Wrap it up like hurry up and wrap it up." JT reiterated, "Wrap it up," as in wrap it up and protect yourself. Cannon then said in his defense that there were a lot of people that I could have gotten pregnant that I didn't. Oh, but it's just what we need to hear, man. This is what we don't need to hear. This is the ignorance from these males, man. I don't care how rich and successful you are. You don't need to be making it known that you're out here sleeping with women unprotected, bro. I mean, you know.
You know what? What is this? Listen, let me make this clear. Let me give you my stance on this. Because I'm not claiming to agree with everything that Nick Cannon says. My ideology is is that if you feel like you need to wear a condom when dealing with a woman, you shouldn't even be fucking with that woman. That's my ideology. I live by that. If you find the need to wear a condom, listen, I want y'all to actively listen to what I'm saying. When dealing with a sister, that means you shouldn't even be dealing with that sister. What is the point of y'all even coming together if you got a damn shield over your wood? What's the purpose? Like, what are you doing out here? You trying to create a damn, what you trying to create a forest fire out here? Like, what are you doing? Y'all really are not doing nothing. So it's like, I'm totally against that. If you have to use contraception, then you shouldn't even be dealing with that sister. See, what a condom is a badge to whoremonger. When they first gave you them condoms in school, in sex education class, they was telling you in a very covert manner that, hey, if you put this condom on, you can go do whatever you want to do. This will protect you. This will protect you. Here's your badge to go ahead and sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. When the purpose of sex is to create life. The purpose of sex is to build a connection with your wife, right? With your significant other. That's the purpose. So if you're just doing it to get your rocks off and you're whoremongering, you would have a need to have condoms, right?
You know how many men these women are with? If they've been with you, Nick, how many other men have they been with? You ain't the only one. Just because they're sleeping with you don't mean they're sleeping with 5 or 6 other dudes, man. These women be out here double-digit clutching. Like the stream. These women are out here double-digit clutching.
That's because this brother's dealing with wicked women. Here's the thing. There's no balance to these brothers these days. They want to go ahead and project a message that every woman is vile, every woman is wicked, every woman is a whore, every woman is dealing with multiple men, and that's just not the case. Yes, there are women like that, and a lot of brothers attract women like that. You know why? Because they are men who are whoremongers. They're looking for women who are easy. They're looking for women that they can get with, smash and disregard. They're not looking for virtuous women. So those the type of women that these brothers attract.
All of them. The women you dealing with, Nick. You dealing with industry chicks. I don't trust no industry chick. You know they're double-digit clutching. You know they got some broke boyfriend they hide away while in public they're out trying to date a rapper. This is playing could have had more.
Well, see, here's the issue. You got too many men worried about a man bringing forth life. And somebody said that's true. I don't know who Nick Cannon is dealing with, but I know he's living fruitful and multiplying. And we only can speculate what his women are doing. We only can speculate. You can't speculate and make it a fact. So that's the point. The problem is men are worried about men creating life. And to me, that's a little bit troubling. That's a little bit troubling. Somebody said, I'm certain New Breed is going through something to drink this early. Speculation. Like, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Listen to what I'm saying. I mean, goodness gracious. And a lot of females also gave Nick Cannon a lot of backlash as well. A lot of females gave Nick Cannon a whole lot of backlash, talking about he need to wrap it up, he's being irresponsible, he's doing this, he's doing that, and you know, it's not right. Listen, these same women don't have husbands. These same women be in the club Saturday night, pissy ass drunk, leaning in men's cars, going home with different brothers, and getting ran through. It is what it is. This is the world you living in. You living in a world where a man who is actually bringing forth life, actually providing for women and children. And I'm sure they got a very good deal out of it. And I'm sure that these women don't have no issues. And I'm sure that these women are honored to carry Nick Cannon's children. I'm sure of it. And I'm sure that he don't have no drama in his life. He's doing things righteously. He's doing things the way he's supposed to, right? But you got everybody worried about that. You can really see the difference between us and them. And when I say us and them, I mean those who have logic and common sense, and those who are just drawn to their own devices, their own insatiable lust. They don't want to understand common sense. 2/3 of our people gonna get it. 2/3 of our people not gonna make it because they're reprobates. And you can sit here all day. Look, you ain't gotta personally like me. I really don't give a shit what you think, right? You can look at me and say, hey man, what does this God know? But listen, when the word of God is coming out, when them scriptures is coming out, when logic is coming out, when truth is coming out, you can either listen or you can reject it. But at the end of the day, prophecy gonna be fulfilled. Ain't nothing you can do or nobody can do to stop it. Prophecy will be fulfilled. And men of the Most High will preserve our people. Men of the Most High will preserve our people. Because you know what? There's a lot of selective outrage out here. I don't see too many people outraged at all the whoredom that's going on. I don't see too many people outraged about a San Francisco choir out here singing about converting your children, blatantly talking about it, which I'm not going to go too far into that because I believe YouTube removed it, which is great. That's wonderful. That YouTube, shout out to YouTube for removing that content. But at the end of the day, the battle is going on. Thank you for the $15 contribution. Get the Vision says, I say it's beautiful. Absolutely. Thank you, sister. You know, you have some people who see our people creating life and they see the beauty in it. When they see us getting along with no drama, with no problems, and creating life and bringing forth this dynasty, you have some people that have no problem with it. Right? You have some people who love it. They see the beauty in it. Pardon me. And then you have people who see brothers and sisters getting along, creating life, coming together, and they hate it. You know why they hate it? I tell you why they hate it. Because they hate their lives. They hate their lives and they refuse to change. They hate the fact that they just out here living for cheap thrills. Their whole life is about cheap thrills. When it's all said and done, and your days are drawing short, and you on your deathbed, and you look up at the ceiling, as you breathe your final breaths, and you recollect on what you've done in life, the mark you left behind, the things you did, even the fun you had, you're going to ask yourself, what did I produce? What came out of it? Was my whole life worth just having fun? Sleeping with this person, sleeping with that person, going from this relationship to that relationship, going from this person to that person, going from broken home to broken home. Was it worth it? Was the cheap thrills worth everything? A lot of people gonna have to ask themselves that. You know why? Because they won't let their ego go. They want to be over the word of God. They want to be over the Most High. A lot of people believe that they better and they're more spiritual and righteous than the prophets in the Bible. Father Abraham, King David. All of these men who had multiple lives. We're talking about the father of the faith, Abraham, had multiple wives. And you people out here have the nerve to raise your tongue in condemnation at men who are populating, at men who are preserving us in a time of war. You have some nerve. If the prophets was walking this earth to this day, you would do the same thing. You would be calling Moses, or you would be calling Moses a pervert and a freak. You would be calling Father Abraham a pervert and a freak. You would totally be disrespecting the kings, your own forefathers. That's how sick-minded you are. That's how much you want to emasculate men. That's how much you hate black masculinity. That's how much ego you have. That's how much of that damn Jezebel spirit you got up in you that make you rise your tongue in condemnation about things that you know not. Things that you don't even understand, as if you got it all together with your miserable ass life. Going from man to man to man to man, empty inside. Can't even love a man right. Can't even understand family. Don't even know what it is to be a virtuous woman. Don't even know what it is to be obedient to a husband. Don't even know what it is to love a man. Don't even know what it is to love your own damn self. But you got the nerve to rise your tongue against kings of the earth. I'm telling you. Some of y'all sisters out here, boy. Lord have mercy on your souls. Because you believe it's cool. You believe that you got the power right now. You think that this society you live in ain't falling. You believe that this veneration that you've received is going to last forever. You believe that you are a goddess. You believe you have all these options and choices and that there's no shortage of righteous men. There's plenty of thugs out here. There's plenty of whoremongers. There's plenty of reprobated brothers out here that'll leave you a single mother, that will leave you hurt, scorned, wounded. There's a lot of those out there. I'm sure that you have no issue attracting those. But ask yourself, is the man that lay down with you, is he going to keep you? Is he going to be with you for a lifetime? Is he going to love you? Is he going to be willing to sacrifice his life for you if them people come kicking the damn door down? See, the issue right now, a lot of brothers, a lot of kings in this earth right now are taken for granted. They're taken for granted. Because in this society, they programmed our sisters to be wishy-washy. They programmed them to be illogical, irrational. And since that's the case, righteous men are taken for granted. It be those good brothers who trying to holler at you sisters and do what it is he do as a king, and you take that as an offense. You taking it as an offense or a sign of weakness. When a man loves a woman, your ass taking it for a sign of weakness. A lot of sisters out here got the black widow complex. Y'all like praying mantis out here. You get a man's heart and you like, I got you. As soon as you get his heart in the palm of your hand, what you do? You crush it. Why? Because it's a power trip for a lot of sisters out here. It's not about building family. It's not about legacy. It's about power with these women. But guess what? The power and the roles are reversing back to its natural course. And one thing about a lot of these righteous men who are taken for granted.
The story interesting is how it's told.
Pardon me. When you look up, these brothers are going to have what the Most High prepared for them. And a lot of these sisters, it is what it is. And I'm going to tell you something. This is how this works. When men age, their actual value goes up. When men age, they grow in wisdom, they grow in knowledge, they grow in prosperity, they grow in every single way. They become more of an asset as they age. Do you understand that? As a man ages, he becomes more of an asset because everything around him, he's coming into his cognitive self. He's constantly evolving and growing. Can you say the same about these women? Think about that. A lot of y'all women are wasting your time. As you age, you cannot bring forth life anymore. Your biological clock is ticking. You ain't got time to be wasting. When as a woman age, her value actually diminishes. Yeah, I know. Oh, that was a tough one, right? Yeah, if you're not able to bring forth life, that means your value it has diminished. It has. Not saying that that woman is unworthy of love. Not saying that that woman is unworthy of respect and admiration. Because hopefully by the time a woman ages, she already has her husband. She already has her crown. She already has become a queen. But in this day and age, no. That's not what's happening. You got a lot of old, bitter women because they wasted their youth. That's the truth. I know that's a harsh reality. I get it. I came to piss you off today. That's what I came here for. Facts, facts. I see says Ebony says been there, done that. I'll take truth. A man who is honest and take care of his child. Nick Cannon is taking care of his, not running when and screaming about if Wenda knocks a woman up. Yeah. You got a lot of these brothers who will run from responsibilities. And then you got some brothers who want to create life. Want to create life. Somebody said, I feel like my husband wasted my youth. Yeah, you got to be careful with brothers who want to deal with you physically, but don't want to bring forth life. You got to be careful with that. That's a problem. That's a real problem as well. People want to enjoy sex from women, but never want to award them the gift of a child. That's an issue. But it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to come through with this quick morning stream. I got some things to get done. I probably will be going live later on this evening as well. I got another topic that I want to speak on, something that is very needed for the chosen out there. I have a message for the chosen that we need to know. We really need to know what I got to bring forth later on about this walk. And yeah, I'll probably be going live later on this evening. Once I take care of all my business during the day, I'll come back in and we'll do a stream. All praises to the Most High. Thank you for showing your support. Humble Royal, thank you for the $10 contribution. Says another great live stream. Thank you, brother. Glad you enjoyed it. For everybody who caught the stream, make sure you share this video. More content coming. Thank everybody. Y'all have a blessed, productive day. With that being said, shalom and peace.